reviving Norse culture in the EU4, something that will not happen in the next DLC. Well, why not? There's an achievement to do so by creating a custom nation with up to 5 provinces and 200 points, and the goal is to conquer the whole British Isles and Scandinavia and convert it to Norse. I'm gonna play it as new Asgard to achieve that, where Lura will be obviously a Thor Odinson 444 government Peasant Republic. Yes, that's gonna be the Norse Peasant Republic. And as for the ideas, I decided to go all in at the very start and spend majority of my points there, while the rest of the ideas do not matter. That's why I'm gonna start with Infantry Fire +1, extremely strong military, and admin efficiency +5% to conquer more. Then the first idea that I'm gonna look is Province War Score cost -25%, again a lot of points, and then the rest, they don't really matter, they are way less important. So without further ado, let's get ready to have some fun. Grand Consulate Thor Odinson, improve relations and I guess expansion impact. These modifiers will really help us to expand as a Norse religion within the Catholic nations. Let me start with taking a first deity on this sand. I'm gonna go over the cooperation cost because I don't really need any other army quality besides infantry fire. Look that I have 1.3 infantry fire, so it means that normally I have 0.3 infantry fire. You'll see what will be happening to the troops. Then established rivals, that's gonna be Kildare, Scotland and Tyrone. For the estates, you see I don't have nobility, doesn't matter. Let me take admin mana, Diplo mana, more admin loyalty, more Diplo loyalty, as well as the 1% loans. We will need these loans for sure. And I can send my second merchant, let's go to the English channel. Send trade ships to protect trade in the North Sea, while the second stack is gonna be turned off, and I'm gonna start building spy network on 3 nations. First of all, England, then Tyrone, and finally Leinster, with the focus of destroying England the moment France attacks them for Maine. For the army, I'm gonna delete CAF because I have the infantry bonuses, and I'm just gonna build my nation up to the force limit. Turn off this fort, it will be super useful, but for now I'm anyway building spy network, so let's save money with turn off fort and turn off the army. Especially that right now I can go and boost my stability, maybe with the no stability cost advisor. Let me take the stab, then I'm gonna take the cheaper advisors from both of these boys, and I'm gonna seize land. I misplaced that hard, because I forgot there's below 50, but we've lost 500 troops, doesn't matter, right? Then someone died to keep them loyal. That's gonna be tough, but I want to take at least 2 advisors, at least the admin one. Let's go for the production efficiency, and at least the one over here. This is bad, I wanted to improve relation boys, so let me just for now retire this advisor and look for something better. Yeah, never lucky in morale of navies, no. Oh, let's build to the force limit mission. Let me take it right away. Trade efficiency guy, I'm gonna waste all of my money before I'll be able to go and get this advisor. There we go, we have just to pay 30 ducats for it. Improve relation, good boy, and I don't need the meal advisor for now. You should have like 6 each, right? One. You know what, I changed my mind. I'm gonna attack Leinster this first one, to take Leinster and Thomond provinces. It's gonna be extremely easy, as I need to build up a little bit more of the force limit before the war with England. And the moment I take Tech 4 with the land morale and military tactics, then I think it's gonna be the best moments to attack. Just take a look at this army quality. I'm gonna go there, of course I'm gonna go and outnumber them as hell, but look still what's gonna happen in this battle. See, they're just disappearing. I've lost 800 troops only here. First peace deals, yes. Small steps, that's 15 Nagas expansion, that's something that I expected because it's a separate piece. Then I can take these guys for 7 Nagas expansion. Remember, we have plenty of bonuses for that, including the admin efficiency. Then let me start coring these provinces, get a claim on Desmond, start paying for the armies, and within the month tick I'm gonna go and attack our lovely Desmond. And again, let's take a look how the battle will go. Obviously we don't have much of the morale, but doesn't matter, let me just go and kill them. Maybe I'm just gonna leave 3k over here and go with the rest to Cork. Election, of course I'm keeping Thor Odinson, and that's additional meal points for us, so even closer Tech 4 coming. Absolutely not slowing down, and this is why I'm going straight for the war against Ormond, so he's not just uniting the whole island by attacking nations that have 1 ally. So this way I can go and just wipe them easily. then go and wipe the second guy easily, and then go and siege down with 2 stacks. How's the expansion? As long as England cannot join it, this is fine. That's also why I wanted the improved relation boy here. Let me go and attack these guys now. And pretty much after this war, majority of the island will be in our hands. To actually decrease Axis expansion in England, I'm gonna get improved relations here on these boys, and improved relations here on the English Channel boys, so England. There goes the first guarantee form, which is gonna be yearly Republican tradition, and I can take the meal at last. Honestly, I misplayed a little bit by not using mercs in this case, but I think it doesn't matter that much. I'll use mercs for the war against England, which actually lost with France. And that is good because I think they never really left the island. What is weird there, and I don't really like, is that Scotland hate England. How is that even possible? Maybe I should not have started with these provinces, maybe I should have left a border between them. Final peace deal for some time, because this is just below, I guess, expansion impact. On England they have 47, that I pretty much united everything over here. Also, as I really increased my amount of the development and the 1% loans are tiny, I'm gonna take 1, 2, 3 bigger loans. Then I'm gonna repay the 1% loans. Then I'm gonna take the 1% loans again, because this is gonna be absolutely worth for us. Please do that. That's 300 ducats. I could even sell the titles, but I have too little of the loyalty of these boys. So let me just keep it as it is and repay 1, 2, 3 of these loans. I only left with the 1% ones, and I have 120 ducats that I will use soon for the free company to take care of the rebels. I'm gonna anyway have rebels in these provinces. They are loading, so let me decrease autonomy to get more gains out of them. Yes, I dealt with all of the rebels, but at what cost? Minus 4,000 manpower missing, and mercs being out of the manpower in a second. Anyway, at least we got rid of the Argus expansion, so I can go and attack Munster and take both Munster and Man in one war. Guys, you won't believe what is happening. France got a union with Provence, but they are the subject in this union. Yes, they are subject of Provence. This might be actually a cool thing to do, because once the truce with Provence ends in 5 years, I can support the independence, which after the independence war will grant me alliance with France. Okay, now the situation is that Scotland is allied to both of these 2 boys here, but I'm gonna use the attack on one of these 2 boys to break the alliance between Scotland and England, especially that France cannot guarantee independence of Scotland anymore, because it's not an independent nation. Second government reform is gonna be short election to faster get my rulers to 666. Obviously Thor is only 666, but it's gonna be important for the future, guys. So obviously I used the war with Scotland to get full money out of them, to get war reparations, to get humiliate rival for PP and the mission over here, and I thought that I'm gonna attack them anyway in a second, because Tyrone was allied to them, but Tyrone just allied England as well, so that does not help. Okay, I'm gonna take the 5th admin tech at last, because I have so many power points, and that was a hard choice to what to take over here, but I finally decided to take quantity, because I have enormous quality of the armies, but I keep lacking the manpower. So I'm gonna take the first one over here to increase my maximum power to 21,000. Also, thanks to this war, I can just go to Brittany, I can come through insult them and get my VP over 50. Ooh, England was just allied to Aragon, but now they declared a succession war. Ooh, England has no chance winning that. It's gonna wait a little bit for them to start losing this war, and then I'm gonna attack myself. Declare the war. That's gonna be conquest of Northumberland or Cumbria. Let's do Cumbria. Then I'm gonna send my manpower stack to Cumbria and Merc stack to Northumberland. I'm really afraid that they have all of their troops here. I can't even do that. I have to go and stack with Tyrone first, and they have 4th level 3, so I just want to white piece them. There we go, the Iberians are helping me over here. Let me just go, break the alliance with England. I'm gonna still use them to shorten my truce with Scotland. Now I can go and focus on the English boys. As promised, I'm gonna support independence of France, and I'm looking for the alliance with them. Now I really have a problem, because I'm hitting the Diplo points cap, and I think the best way to spend them is actually go and develop the provinces. So I'm just gonna go to this boy that is actual iron. Gonna get the death costs. Yes, there's also prosperity. Then I'm gonna spend some Diplo points. Same, not the best trade good, but this is gonna be one day call. just not to hit the points cap and increase our income a little bit. Now that I siege down this fort, I'm gonna just fall back and I'm gonna let the English to go either on this fort or this fort. There we go, War of the Roses also started, so yeah, it's gonna be even more problems for them. Obviously these rebels weren't straight for the fort that I was controlling, and England already has 30,000 troops next by, so just gonna stand by and wait for them. They'll try to land in Man and I can't do anything about that. I guess let me go and take down these rebels, because otherwise I'm gonna lose this fort. And you can see that there's a straight and easy fight for us. Let's see how many losers we got. 3,000, not that bad. Let's first of all organize the army so they're gonna both arrive at the same day. Maybe a better general, not really. Okay, they're gonna be there 5th February, so on the 4th February, I'm gonna change this leader to something better, which is 2 to 6. And this way, let's see, 2.9 versus 3.9 numbers. So we have one more morale than them. That is a big advantage. The disadvantage is that they have better numbers, and another advantage is that obviously our infantry has +1 fire, which should be a fire over here and completely destroy them. See, they've lost almost 8,000. I've lost 4,000 of the troops, and that's also 7% of the war score. Let me go farther. Let's see, can I wipe them in this kind? Yes? No? Yes? I was close to actual wipe. Let me try catching them, because the more battles I win, obviously the more war score, and the more likely England is gonna be to piss me out, especially that... What is this? Portugal landed in our lands. Aren't you at war with Castile? Come on. That is a big problem. I have to come back to defend from the Portuguese now. Third quantity idea. It's province war score, because I'll be able to take more in this war, but I'm really out of any juice. Think that I have to take loans and go for another merc stack, because I am out of manpower. Oh, look, and yes, France just declared the independence war, and we have Portugal landing with more troops. You have nothing better to do, Mr. Portugal. At the same time, yes, rebels of course took over this fort, but yeah, England is dying, but I'm also dying at the same time. Yes, Portugal, that was a great idea to go and land here. How many troops we have left after these 2 stack wipes? 4,000. Oh, and that is enough to go white piece. Thank you so much. Now it's a matter of England. Okay, I think that's gonna be the last battle of this war. And again, we should very easily destroy the army. That's what I've told you. This idea, +1 infantry fire, is purely to win all of the battles. My admin efficiency is to take more provinces. Why strong negotiations so province war score is to take even more. That's a lot of war score, but let's go and try getting a little bit more, but not much, because we have some rebels to deal with. Let's see, because I have a chance to actually wipe the last stack, I believe. This is 7,000 troops. How many do I have? Yes, this is the last stack of the armies. Not, oh, yeah, that's a wipe, because rebels are gonna take them down. Okay, I think that's gonna be enough for me. I want all of these provinces, war reparations, and as much money as I'm gonna accept, so 400 ducats. And remember, this piece that I just took is 1 to 3 trade centers in the English Channel, so that's gonna be a significant boost of income, especially that I'm going to move my main node there. But anyway, let me embrace the institution and stay the 6th admin tech. With the lands from England court, I'm just gonna go and state everything, just to then move my main nodes to the English Channel. So let me do that, and let's see how our income will change on the trade side. It's 209, and after the monthly it's gonna be 2.4. It's significantly more, but could be better honestly, and we will work on increasing that even farther. Oh, Mr. Scotland, it's time for the war. They're gonna be helped by the Tyrannical, but we kinda do not care. Let me go here and let me go there and wipe them. In the meantime, I'll be having some rebels to deal with. So this 10,000 of Merc's troops will be taking care of the fort and the rebels, while manpower troops are gonna take care of Scotland. Now, as both of my Merc stack have no manpower, I'm just gonna disband them to save some money. Yes, that's a very good balance. At the same time, we also have some manpower, so it's also slowly increasing the amount of the manpower troops. Anyway, I have so many bonuses to the admin efficiency and province war score cost that I can take all of the Scottish provinces for 68% of the war score, so it's also a little amount of Darius expansion, and an annexation is now completed. I'm right away doing a claim on Norway, because remember, we need to get to Scandinavia in the future to get our achievement. There we go, the first bonus in this age is gonna be obviously the aggressive expansion impact. Anyway, I can get admin tech with some innovativeness boost, let me take it. And the second idea group that I was planning to take is obviously religious, because I forgot that, and that's my bad. I did not take the religious impact in my ideas. But to get the achievement, you also need to convert everything to Norse. To speed this up, I'm gonna take the missionary guy here, which is also level 2, so that's more admin mana generation, and in a few months I'll be able to change my focus to admin. Okay, boss, it's time to speed the things up. I'm gonna go straight attack England. It's gonna be conquest of London, because if you take the war goal in the Pizil, it's gonna be far cheaper, and London is the highest developed province that they have. So let me just go and declare the war. Why is English Navy having 2.1 morale while I have 3 points to that? A chance for us to win the battle. Wasn't so bad. You know, the biggest loss on our side is that he has 5 heavy ships, I have 0. Haha, there you go, down with this fleet, Mr. England. Too bad I did not kill any of his heavy ships, or maybe took over a heavy ship, that would be very helpful. What is funny, I'm hitting the Diplo points cap and they have nothing to spend these Diplo points in. I have even no cultures to convert. So let me just go. I cannot dev it, because I want to dev only provinces with our religion. So why don't we start with these few provinces? Zlewikk, I can get rid of some of the devastation. Zlewikk. That's pretty much it. What about this one province? Encourage development. Zlewikk. Just to not hit the points cap. Portugal just came to give us free war score. Yes, that's what I needed. I needed my war score to piece this war out. And Portugal, you're a blessing. There goes one stack wipe. Oh, stability. Oh, it's gonna be costing us so much to boost it up. Considering we have 40 Republican tradition, let me just get the siege ability. This costs 247. Okay, goodbye, Mr. Portugal. Now we have 92% of the war score, so Portugal is just keeping them alive. What I want to take is all of these provinces. That's gonna be no AE. What about this one more? Yes, this is just good. And on top of that, all money, 350 ducats. Look at these borders. Now we need to build up a bigger fleet and get ready to clap the ass of Denmark. At the same time, for the next war, as we're having so many Diplo points, why don't I cancel coring of this province? And instead of that, I'm gonna release Wales, because they have cores over here, so it's always less AE on the continent. Oh, and this change just made us great power number 7. There goes the last quantity, which is force limit, obviously, but more importantly, 5% tax meta. Okay, I hope that 20,000 troops, 5 heavy ships and 35 ships in total should be enough to destroy Denmark and their subjects. Let me get these boys on the ships. Get straight over here north on our claim, clear Norway, and pray to win it. Why this stack will besiege now the province? Let me go and try them on the fleet. Oh yeah, that's just stack wipes. They just non-existent in these battles. Obviously I should not fight with my transport ships in the fleet, but it really doesn't matter in this case. Now, with the war goal taken, I have to focus on getting to Norway and sieging down the Scandinavia. First naval battle with Denmark. Goodbye, Mr. Denmark. It was so nice meeting your fleet. Let's see how much I can destroy the mighty army of Sweden. Mr. Sweden, show me your beautiful quality. Hello there. Goodbye there. How about these guys here? Good night. I should probably wait a month at least to go attack them. Let's go. If I use a white army of East Frisia, I could go and blockade these ports and try white piecing them. That should be very doable. Hello there, goodbye there. Yes, Mr. Friesland, just break our alliance with Denmark. Thank you so much, goodbye there. And second quality here is gonna be war taxes cost. We just save some money as we are spending a lot right now. Peace deal with Denmark. I'm gonna take obviously the war goal, Iceland, and all of these northern provinces. And this is because there will be a problem and there will be an advantage. Problem is I won't be able to core many of these provinces because I don't have coring range. The advantage is that this is very minimal amount of the aggressive expansion, meaning, yeah, it's a lot of aggressive expansion in Denmark, but nothing in Europe. Just take a look at that. They don't care about northern provinces of Denmark. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna release another vassal, and this is gonna be Finland. That's gonna receive all of these northern provinces where I don't really have much of the coring range. So this way it's gonna be far easier to manage this, and I'm also gonna enforce my religion on them. They're gonna be disloyal for some time, but through the time and feeding them with more points, it's gonna be fixed. That has to happen at one point. Thor, 74 years old. died. I'm just gonna let it automatically pick the first option, and there's no rush if, clicking anything. It's gonna be automatically picked in 3 months. A little bit late, but there goes the golden unit. It's gonna be even easier right now to unite all of these lands and convert them to Norse. There goes stability number 1 and stability number 2. This one costs some money and loans. And this is absolutely worth it. It's gonna be way less rebels. And who is landing on whose lands this time, Mr. Portugal? Yes, the revenge is sweet. Thank you so much for 200 of your ducats and let me go back home. And while coming back home, I'm gonna fully annex England. This process for me, this process for my vassals. So this expansion impact is not that big. We take that and full money, thank you so much, the British Isles are ours, only Cornwall is left over here. Anyway, I can start annexing Wales, because there's nothing else that's gonna eat. Colonialists started in France. What ideas do they have? Economic exploration, okay. For the war with Denmark, they're actually getting killed by Moscow again. Let me use that and quickly do not let Moscow siege down these provinces. It's gonna be declare war. Why don't I attack on Sweden? We have far more of it, and that's gonna be reconquest of Abo, because it has the highest amount of development here. And stupid Moscow is car besieging lands that I want to take, so it might be problematic to peace them out. Hopefully Moscow will do the peace deal first, but I'm not so sure about that. The last religious ideas. There it goes, 10% more of armies. This peace deal is gonna be the ugliest peace deal in history of peace deal. This is because of freaking Moscow that doesn't want to peace out. I have to take what I can. Definitely course of Finland, and as many processes as possible here without a big of a coalition. And we'll be fixing these borders, don't worry. What's the war score cost of Sweden? 50%, and war score cost of Denmark 124%. I think that anyway I can soon start annexing Finland. What if I pay off the debt? Yeah, there it goes. Let's start annexing Finland. And that's gonna take us theoretically 15 years, but I'm gonna make it faster because we just have to core the provinces. Really, France is calling me into this war? What are the numbers over here? No, I'm not gonna participate. I'm staying in my island. There goes the institution. It's not costing us that much, so let me take the 1% loans. That's far more money than I need. Embrace the institution and look at amount of mana that we are having. First of all, the tech. Second of all, I'll be actually saving for this tech, which is gonna be something diplomatic most importantly, so that we def most of the mill points and a little bit of the diplo points, starting with York. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. I can dev this up to 10, I can dev this up to 10, and I can dev this up to 10. I think for now, also a few of this, we are good to go. Oh, and finally Moscow broke pursuing between Sweden and Denmark, so I'm gonna fight both of them separately. Okay, there it goes, tech 10. I'm gonna go and pick up the diplomatic ideas, because I wish to get province war score cost before my next wars with Sweden and Denmark. With another war score cost versus other religions, from the Age of Reformation, right now the war score cost of Denmark is 60%, while for Sweden is just 30%. There goes annexation of Finland. Look at these borders, just a matter of 3 wars, and most of these provinces are already Norse. Castile actually called a crusade against us because I attack what? Dying Sweden? Oh, by the way, I don't really need that fort. And yes, getting so close to get everything to Norse. How many provinces do we have left? Yeah, a little bit. Let's see, full annexation of Sweden is just 19% of the war score, because we have this idea from the diplomatic, and that's also Samarkand's expansion, but nothing really special. Look at these borders, only a few provinces from Denmark left, and not even anything from Moscow, because from what I've seen, yes, they only took the Russian region, they did not care about Scandinavia. Screw it, that's gonna be a lot of expansion, big coalition, but it's not gonna get even smaller than that. Peace out. Full annexation. Even Commonwealth will be able to join it. It is what it is. I'm gonna use my OP military ideas to defeat them. Oh, a military reform. Maybe at the end I should face the coalition? I'm really thinking about that, because we are so ahead. I'm gonna definitely spend plenty of my mill points right now and the diplo points on deving. My admin mana is just going to take care of the inflation. So let me just go and death, and then I'm gonna go and take the 20% more of armies. A few more provinces missing to be converted. It's time for the war against the Commonwealth, especially that they're fighting in Brandenburg right now. Well, it's gonna be roughly over 200,000 troops to fight. Why don't we invite France to help us a little bit? Okay, this is our chance to shine. So many troops around. I'm gonna gather all of my stacks in one place. Then I'm gonna keep converting. I'm gonna take this technology for better stats. And we're gonna go and attack together the combat, which is 27, meaning we need 27,000 cannons, obviously, and the same amount of the infantry. So this way you have the full combat stack. Unfortunately for the trash leaders, I can't get anything better. I'm gonna use in the battle on the woods. That might be a very bad idea to attack over there without a good leader. But look at the stats, we have 5.3 morale, they have 4.5. Obviously that's a -2 battle, and remember, our infantry has +1 fire that we've set up, which is of course not as strong right now as it was at the very start of the game, but it's still extremely broken, and thanks to this, we should be winning this battle. They reinforce it next day. I was about to win it. Now with Poland's reinforcing, no, we're gonna get clapped. I mean, as long as our artillery is fighting, yeah. Now it's just running away. It's time for us to run away as well. Well, when I'm not outnumbered, I'm doing this. Let's try again, shall we? Mr. Oof, 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 oof. Yes. We need to do more. That's the biggest advantage of not having any forts. You're gonna get carpet seeds so much. Why don't I send half of these guys to take care of them? Okay, I think Commonwealth is sick of this. Well, we just take for money as well as the war reparations, and goodbye. 200,000 troops had to die on their side for this peace, and I just have one last province to be converted. And there we go. Foreign achievement is in our hands right now. And I think that's a well-played game. We have the largest expansion in Europe, roughly 85 of income, 127 force limit, 89,000 maximum power. Pretty nice for a chill gameplay, right? And if you guys would like to see more of the chill gameplay in the future, remember to leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel to get notified about the future content. Thanks!